videos you just make with the notion that they're just going to be seen on the internet, you know, like pretty much what they're for now. Get played once on MTV if you're lucky, late at night, and then, but luckily there's YouTube and a lot of resources where kids can see metal videos, you know. I have spent a million nights when I can't sleep just poking around on YouTube looking for old death metal videos, you know, so I know that, I know the attraction, you know. It's like YouTube's a cool resource for the underground in a lot of ways and stuff like that, you know. Same thing with MP3s. You know? It's just an opportunity for people to hear a kind of music that's not catered to by the radio. It's like totally snuffed out by the radio, so those are the different avenues we've come up with. Word of mouth, you know, internet.
Exactly, just rocking crowds, man. And, you know, that's how it starts with that, you know, getting her done. But I mean, like with the scene now, it's like, it's, you know, some death metal is really huge and others is not right now. It's just like from what you've seen in the last couple of years, what do you take from it all? Like,
I think right now it's kind of interesting because there was like an influx of a lot of you know, like kind of deathcore bands, and metalcore was really huge for a minute a couple years ago, you know. And now the kids are like looking towards the extreme, and you know what I mean? Like you're saying, there are bands that are in death metal that are getting recognized, and there are tons of bands that don't too, but that deserve it, you know. So there's these bands that are like on the very top of the stack. Like you look at Decrepit Birth, you know, they finally got signed and got them move up, you know what I mean? Now they're on Nuclear Blast, Psychroptic too. So even though there's a huge like kind of boom of just all this heavy music, not all of it's good, there's also bands, you know, that are always going to be around. Death metal is always going to exist, kind of, whether it's cool, you know, or there's a trend that's kind of catering to crossing over with that crowd or not. You know, it's always been around. Look at Cannibal Corpse, they've been around forever.
hell yeah.
Hopefully, you know, all we're trying to do, any of the bands I think from this generation that are around, just kind of want to survive the whole next turnover of where the kids, or yeah, where the wave goes, because I didn't foresee any of this, you know, like, I remember when nobody knew who Necrophagist was, you know what I mean, and then like last summer they come over and headline this tour, you know what I mean. It's like, it's crazy, man, just people are becoming more aware of the underground, but there's still so far to go, man, especially in death metal, because
I think more or less the cream of the crop is rising, you know, and then the bands that just imitate are just kind of just floating around, you know what I mean? So
maybe a few more years before everybody gets sorted out, but I hope, you know, to see a lot of the bands that we were around, you know what I mean, in that time.
Oh yeah. Well, I want to say right on, thank you for doing this interview for Grindport.
Hey.
We wish you guys the best of luck, because you guys are an amazing band. You know, you keep to your roots, you're extreme, you know, and that's what it's about, keeping it real and extreme. I mean, we're grinding for a purpose, and you guys do it in a different way, and we appreciate it.
Thanks, homie. Thanks for having me.
Right on, bro.